amateurs when it comes to negotiating. Very few of us bother to study about it because it seems removed from our everyday. It is the law of movies where tough negotiations are portrayed as gladiatorial encounters. We do get into a negotiation, well, we have no plan and we don't really know what we're doing. So today we're going to introduce some ideas about negotiating, but prepare ourselves for that day when we have to conduct a serious negotiation in business. Welcome back to this weekly edition every Tuesday of the Cutting Edge Japan Business Show. I'm your host, Dr. Greg Story. I'm the president of Dale Carnegie Training here in Japan and the best-selling author of Japan Sales Mastery. We are bringing the show to you from our High Performance Center in Akasaka in Minato-ku, the business center of Tokyo. Why the cutting edge? In this show, we are looking at the critical areas for success in business in Japan. We want to help advance everyone's thinking. So we're going to be at the forefront, at the cutting edge of how to flourish here in this market. Before we get into this week's topic, here is what caught my attention lately. Bank passbooks have been a staple of banking in Japan, along with many hour-long waits for the most mundane of processes. Major lender MUFG will no longer issue paper passbooks from now on to most customers who open new accounts when they do it over the counter. They want us all to move online to help them reduce costs. The bank has to pay 200 yen stamp duty annually to the government for every passbook they issue. Expect the other major banks to follow suit. In other news, Amazon and major supermarket chain Life will tie up to sell fresh food online. The target market for this service are the elderly and customers too busy to shop. Amazon is touting delivery times as fast as 2 hours. Amazon Japan expects to be able to expand its product offering while the supermarket hopes to reach a younger customer demographic and people who live in areas without stores. Finally, farm damage from bad weather and disasters totaled 560 billion yen, or over $5 billion last year. The number is the second highest in the last 10 years after the 2001 earthquake, tsunami, and nuclear reactor meltdown disasters. This is episode number 90, and we are talking about negotiating with the unpleasant. Soridewa ikimashou, so let's get going. Sadly, not everyone is like us. Wonderful, charming, amusing, attractive. Despite our best efforts to be a role model of perfection, setting them a good example, others persist in being a major pain. Here are 12 selective tips on negotiating with the difficult amongst us. 1, have a positive attitude. Sounds like a motherhood statement, but deciding to see the negotiation as a learning experience in the real laboratory of life, as a means to enhance our win-win negotiating skills, changes the starting point of the discussion in our favour. Number 2, meet on mutual ground. Try to meet rather than engage in a protracted email war or discuss complex issues over the phone. Face-to-face is best, and preferably on neutral ground for both of you. Away from the workspace is often best, such as over coffee or lunch, away from the office. Number 3, clearly define and agree on the issue. Sometimes we're arguing about different things under the same banner. By defining the issue in commonly understood words, we're a long way towards achieving better clarity about what is at stake. If the issue is a biggy, then break it down into bits that can be dealt with one by one in concrete detail. 4, do your homework. Start by taking the other person's case and building the argument from their perspective. This often opens up gaps in our information or assumptions we are drawing based on no particular facts. Decide what is our BATNA, our best alternative to a negotiated agreement, or our walkaway position. Also, determine what we can accept, what we can live with, and what would be an ideal outcome. Number 5, take an honest inventory of yourself. Be more self-aware of aspects of your personality and style which may help or hinder the negotiations. Nominate your hot buttons, which if they get pushed, triggers an explosion inside you, and decide not to allow yourself to react that way. Watch your language and tone, as these usually go straight to the default mode in arguing, and you probably don't want to go there. Number 6, look for shared interest. Conflict has a way of magnifying perceived differences and minimising similarities. So look for common goals and desired outcomes. There may be a common objective, but the disagreement is often around the best path toward achieving it. Focusing on the common goal and the desired future keeps the conversation moving forward. Number 7, deal with facts, not emotions. In sport, we say, play the ball, not the opponent. So we should focus on the issue and not the messenger. Maintaining a goal-oriented, rational approach may be difficult, especially when the ego gets into play, but try and depersonalize the conflict and separate the issues from the personalities involved. Instead of being defensive, ask clarifying questions that get them talking and you listening. Find out more when we come back from the break. If you want to be successful as a leader, do the Leadership Training for Managers course. All companies need people who can both manage and lead. Leading people screams out for real skills in communication, dealing with all different types of people, being excellent at innovation, planning, delegation, handling mistakes, doing performance reviews really well, and inspiring and motivating the team. Do the Leadership Training for Managers course now in either Japanese or English. The bestseller, Japan Sales Mastery, is the new Bible of selling in Japan. To sell to Japanese buyers, you need to create long-term partner-level trust, fully understand Japanese buyers' real needs, convince buyers with your solutions, overcome their hesitation, fear, and doubt, know how to ask for the order, ensure repeat orders. This book is the product of 30 plus years in the trenches selling in Japan. Order Japan Sales Mastery now. Welcome back. If you would like to get some training on negotiations, we will be holding a one-day program in English on November 27th and in Japanese on December 9th. Details are on our website, enjapan.dalecarnegie.com. Back to the show. Number 8, be honest. Be honest and transparent about what is important to you and why. Clearly state your goals, issues, and objectives so the other side can grasp where you're coming from. Don't assume it is obvious because it probably isn't. If only common sense was more common. Number 9, present alternatives and provide evidence. Create options and alternatives demonstrating your willingness to compromise. Frame options taking into consideration their interests and back up your plans with evidence. Number 10, be an expert communicator. Be clear, be clear, be clear. Ask questions, paraphrase for understanding. Always check for their understanding of what you are saying. Miscommunication is often the major culprit in conflict. Number 11, end on a good note. Shake on it, agree the action steps and who is accountable for what, by when, and how. Number 12, enjoy the process. Reflect and learn from every negotiation. Have your own criteria to evaluate the process and solution, then write it down as a record for future reference. See your own growth being aided by understanding and learning from different points of view. Tricky personalities and difficult people will never just conveniently go away. Instead, we need to be better prepared in dealing with them. We can keep repeating the same procedures and wonder why we never get a better result, or we can change our approach. Einstein's definition of being crazy, by the way, was to keep doing the same things but expecting a different result. Don't go crazy. These practical tips will help us on the journey to be less stressful and more rewarding in the future in negotiations. So action steps. 1, have a positive attitude. 2, meet on mutual ground. 3, clearly define and agree on the issue. 4, do your homework. 5, take an honest inventory of yourself. 6, look for shared interest. 7, deal with facts, not emotions. 8, be honest. 9, present alternatives and provide evidence. 10, be an expert communicator. 11, end on a good note. And 12, enjoy the process. The Cutting Edge Japan Business Show is here to help you succeed in Japan. Subscribe on YouTube. Share it with your family, friends, and colleagues. Become a regular. Thank you for watching this episode. And remember, hit the subscribe button. Our website details are on screen now, enjapan.dalecarnegie.com. Awesome value, so please take a look at it. Remember, if you would like to get some training on negotiations, we'll be holding a one-day program in English on November 27th and in Japanese on December 9th. Details are on our website, enjapan.dalecarnegie.com. Please leave me some feedback on YouTube. I would love to know how this show has helped you and what other topics you're interested in for me to cover. Remember, I'm here as a free resource to help you, so just tell me how I can help you best. You might also enjoy my podcast. Look for the Leadership Japan series, the Presentations Japan series, and the Sales Japan series, wherever you get your podcasts. In episode 91, we are talking about don't mystify me with your presentation, please. Find out more about that next week. So, yoroshiku, onegai itashimasu. Please join me for the next episode of the Cutting Edge Japan Business Show. We are here to help you, and we've only got one direction in mind for you and your business, and that is up.